Damn.
He
So
gets
the
to be
book club
punished.
I did just now when I said damn. Book club. We missed the nigga talk that's now in the video. Anyways,
Thoughts on traps? Sorry, that's my first comment here. Julian comments to Yang it's a trap.
I mean, it was objectively a trap, and Wenley
was.
did just go to the trap.
But he had to. He had to listen.
Well, I just discovered something crazy.
What is that, Pirate?
I shouldn't mention it on camera. It's like exclusive.
Okay.
You said you're an observer, bro. What the hell? That's not
Well,
observing.
I am an observer. That's why I'm talking about unrelated things.
That's true.
When the Elriz,
He invites a woman into his room that just paces in front of her.
Oh yeah, it's because he's gay. That's why he's gay.
He's clearly not.
Dude was
Yet.
stammering.
I don't know, guy. I don't know.
Listen, he hadn't met Reinhardt at the time.
That's true.
yeah, this episode was just people saying their final goodbyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of people setting up death flags, and then like one or two of them paid off, and then most of them were red herrings.
It really is a death flag. I was like, there's no way Yang's actually dying, but come on, ask her to marry him after the war ends.
I think Julian gets to talk with his father-in-law. That's pretty nice.
Gets to talk about his father-in-law and how he wanted to NTR Wenley, but he didn't. I did like the fact that the setup was like, yeah, Reinhardt is at the overwhelming advantage, but Wenley only needed to take out one ship, which was kind of setting up how it was a more fair fight.
Mm-hmm. Which is ironic for later on, because they only needed to take out one planet.
It's true.
Instead of conquering all the other planets they conquered.
I was very confused on the difficulty of focus firing on the enemy leader. Like, you'd think that would be not that difficult to just suicide charge into the formation.
They're boats, though, so you gotta understand it takes a while. They're space boats.
You gotta think there's gonna be boats in the way of the main boat.
Yeah, you might hit like an ocean wave and capsize if you go too fast.
The main boat can just go up and dodge you.
That's true.
The range and speed of everything can change arbitrarily depending on the zodiac sign.
Sometimes you're launching ice at light speed. Sometimes you're just having a casual boat trip from one planet to the next.
A lot of the tactics in the next few episodes, I was like, When
we get to it, Reinhardt's tactic was really funny, and it made me laugh. But
I like when he demoed it.
Yeah, his demo of like, see me pour this this tea onto this paper. This is what we're doing, guys. It'll make perfect sense. Trust me.
Yeah, so in episode 51, they're just fighting like head on.
Yeah.
Like, frontal soul, doing nothing interesting. Yeah. Like, really, that doesn't feel like it feels out of character for both of them.
I mean,
actually, I think that was the one part that I liked because it's showing that like in the other fights they were dependent on other people being stupid, but now it's like an even match.
Yeah, neither of them wanted to pull some weird tactic at the start because they're both like, "Fuck, if I do this, the other guy's gonna counter it."
That's true.
They might have a trap like set up to counter my weird tactic, so I'm not going to.
No, you're right. That was good. You're right.
That's like a moment of, oh, we're doing actual things to make sense now, and then it returned to being normal.
Yeah, the normal of Galactic Heroes tactics.
Blue laser firing.
The lasers are fucking worthless. Like, they're either instant kills or they do nothing, and there's like no in between.
There's some unexplained like shield mechanic or something.
Yeah, there are shields, but they only work if you're like a certain distance away. Otherwise, they don't do anything. But if you're like the right distance away, they do work fully.
They look like they only like come out in the front though.
Yeah, I imagine most of the time because you're going towards the opponent, your ship's facing the front.
So Pika, I posit that once your light blasts get to full speed, they don't work. But if they hit before they're at full speed, your shields will deflect it.
It's true. Once they hit full speed, they're traveling at the speed of light, so they're actually waves. But before that, they're particles, and they smash into you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, random question.
Yeah, once the particles come back.
Sorry.
That's okay, pirate.
They don't know
Okay,
how to
but are
make
they
them
being?
any
What
more
if they're not being
silent. They're
observed?
out.
I don't know about the Zephyr particles.
They lost.
What if they're not
they
being
keep-
observed?
Then it could be a wave aura particle. I guess that is a good dual slit joke, Tiny. I like it. Good job.
Well, isn't it more like it
Thank you,
doesn't
thank you.
matter?
I didn't hear what pirate said, but that's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's
It
true.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's not matter.
51 though. I like the scenes of the soldiers dying. That was pretty neat.
I didn't
That was
like
very
them.
random.
Seeing a man
That was
shoveling
just
his
a
intestines.
yeah. That was just a jump scare. Like we have had 2 jump scares this
Oh yeah,
show.
that was scary.
We had the like random like hardcore nudity jump scare in the history episode where we was watching the tapes, and then we had the like full gore like horrific body horror.
That
That was
jump
really
scare.
awful.
The team was like, "Hey guys, I made these drawing cells. We should put them in and like tween them."
Cribbles isn't here, so I'm gonna relay his story. Cribbles DM'd me because he and I finished the episodes first and said, "Yeah, so just so you know, because I've been at my family's house, I've been watching the episodes in like the 4-month-old playpen, which is usually fine. But then the gore scenes started playing.
Why?
But he had to kill time. He was just hanging out with a 4-month-old, and he's like, okay, I'll watch my episodes in there on my phone.
Pirate, I watched all of Naruto while holding a baby. You can watch anime and do stuff with babies. They don't do shit.
Okay, I wouldn't admit to saying you could do stuff with babies and they don't, but that's okay. Anyways.
Was it the first Naruto or like the sequel series?
All of it.
The
Crazy.
baby probably changed.
You ruined that baby's life.
Well, he's gonna be like yellow now or something. I don't know.
That's The Simpsons, pirate. You're thinking of the wrong
Sorry,
show.
sister. Sorry, sister. I turned your baby spiritually brown.
Oh, is this the episode series where he's like, "What is that?" when he sees the black guy?
That does happen in this set again.
That does happen.
Wenley being canonically really racist is funny. I don't know why they decided that it was his character trait.
I don't think that's on purpose.
Oh, but what I was gonna
Why is he so
I think it was an
racist?
in joke with the developers.
what I was gonna say about the soldiers dying though is I really like those scenes because they always just give off these numbers of like, oh, so and so many people died, but then you actually get to see the people die, and it's like, oh shit, these are numbers. Like these numbers are people.
Yeah,
Thought it
no,
was a good,
I mean they're building into the
way of doing
parallel
that.
where like both Reinhardt and Wenley kind of hate the fact that so many
Yeah,
people have to
they're
die
at
for
war.
this.
Mhm.
Wenley probably more so than Reinhardt, but that is just playing into the like, yeah, all these people just get obliterated every time a ship blows up.
So 52. Konev, Rip Konev.
Yeah, that was
R.I.P.
sad.
Ivan Khanov.
Yeah.
Who's
I
that
honestly didn't
again?
care that much about Konev.
I cared more about how it affected Poplin.
Fair.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. I expected one of them to die eventually.
I did too, but I like how Poplin reacted, where he's like, oh, I don't want to have like any working around this. Just tell me how many people did it take to take him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of shows the kind of guy Poplin is more so than or reinforces what we already knew about him. Also, at power
Poplin
scale
is the lucky
Poplin, because
jump
he's like,
shot.
oh, you're gonna need an entire fleet to take me down or something.
He might just like crash and die though.
I mean, Poplin, the second the fighting started, did just like rotate and take out 4 ships like instantly. So I think he is just like the super ace of the Alliance's fighters.
So they hide in the asteroid belt or asteroid field, and then they somehow get the asteroids to move in formation with them.
Yeah,
Well,
so
they tied a big string.
yeah, so have you ever heard of like ancient Chinese like stories of like, oh yeah, they like used fake boats and they fired all the arrows at the fake boats
Oh
and
no,
then
yeah,
we
that's a
attacked.
thing. I know that.
Yeah, so they just did that with asteroids because they're using big boats in space. They're
I
space
don't
boats.
think it would work with asteroids.
I choose to believe that their radar is like so bad that it can't distinguish between objects at all. It just tells you there's an object there. Which makes no sense because I think radar we have now could do a better job, but you know.
But they explain that they have so many like jamming technology, so much jamming technology that radar's pointless.
Oh, I guess yeah,
What
they
if
were
you-
just going by visuals.
What if you track the jamming?
You like reverse jam it.
They should
What
like
does
jelly
jamming
it.
even mean?
Jamming is usually just you send like garbage signal and like spam them with that so that they can't read anything.
Okay, so you know it's coming from this place.
No, the point is you can't even track it down because you're just like flooding all of the space with garbage signal.
I feel like this can't work in space, but that's fine.
I mean, I agree that doing it in space because like just fly up slightly and now you're out of the range of the jamming, but
Suspension of disbelief, and they're just big boats.
Exactly.
They put a big old magnet somewhere to fuck up their compasses.
actually, okay, no,
Big
I can
magnet.
think of a way this would work is you have to like at the edge of the battlefield set up ships everywhere and make them do spherical jamming waves in every direction. Because the jamming would
That's what
become
Pheasant does.
yeah, that is
That's
what
how-
that is what
But
Pheasant does.
what if you're already far away, and so you get the old data from that place from before they showed up and did that, because it's like space and everything travels
Well,
forever.
yeah, I guess you can like just get signals and get snapshots back in time because that's how signals travel. But I think the point is that if you still have to move there, so it wouldn't be useful information because they could just move. And they'd be moving as fast as you'd have to move to get back there, so it wouldn't help.
How does the ice factor into this?
Wenley didn't use it, which was surprising because that was his ace in the hole.
Yeah,
It's
he's
too
rocks this
overpowered.
time.
They can't use it again.
Like they knew where Reinhardt was going to be. They could have just launched ice at them from a distance.
His superpower's on cooldown.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's gold. It's a hero shooter.
You can only use it once every 50 episodes. Look forward to like episode 73 where he launches his ice attack.
I hope that happens. That'd be so funny. Like, calculate the cooldown on his ice attack.
What he needs to do is freeze the water from the fountain and use that.
What's Reinhardt's special ability? What's its cooldown?
We know his hands canonically turn red, so I don't know if that's a special
It's
ability.
It's
summon
piped to the back of
metal,
the head.
Oh
You
yeah,
can summon metal pipes.
no, that seems just like his normal like neutral move. The pipe to the head. I feel like summoning his force ghosts that he does, he can just do like once a day.
Oh yeah, you can like bring down the angels.
He also has angel wings and can like fly off. Reinhardt has a bunch of broken abilities.
But they don't seem to be used that much.
Well, he uses them sparingly because he doesn't want people to think he won because of special cheats. He wants them to think he won because he deserves it.
Yeah.
So he mostly uses his abilities to like convene with the force ghosts of Siegfried.
Okay, so back to tactics. This is what I'm gonna say might be on me. I might have just missed something. I do not understand Reinhardt's plan in this at all. I thought the entire thing was like, oh, Reinhardt knows, oh, Yang's aiming for me, so I'm gonna use myself as bait. And the second we get into fight, everyone's gonna come in and help me out, and that just doesn't happen.
I think it was supposed to happen. The problem is that other than Mueller, who got a head start, everyone else. He essentially did send them to all do real tasks, but then told them the second you're done your task, come back. And he was like, yeah.
Why are they all doing real tasks though? They should not be doing real tasks. They should be waiting.
Yeah, I don't think tactically that made sense.
It's utterly insane that Mueller's capturing a worthless supply port while Reinhardt is dying.
I mean, I agree. I feel like they were doing it because they didn't want information like, oh, well, they just flew over here and then stopped moving. Huh, that's kind of suspicious. Whereas if they were doing something, at least it looked like Reinhardt ordered them to go take things. I
don't
guess the
think
reasoning.
The Alliance has the knowledge of where all the fleets are at all times. I don't think they have that kind of like.
Maybe
stealthy.
not, but yeah, probably not. But they don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That infuriated me. I was like, what the heck is this plan? This seems like the most incompetent thing I've ever seen Reinhardt do. The fact that he loses that fight, because not a single one, outside from Mueller, is able to come back to him.
Well, this entire thing was Reinhardt's hubris of like, no, I want to fight Wenley and beat him to prove that I deserve to have taken the universe.
Also, I
So
don't think he even cares that much if he dies.
no, especially
Also
after
true.
Siegfried died, his thought process was purely, I'm either gonna prove that I deserve to win this by beating Wen Li, the greatest mind on my opponent's side,
What's
or
he gonna do
I'm gonna
now?
die trying.
But did he really beat Wen Li if he didn't use the same
No.
amount of resources as him?
I think so. I think a 3-to-1 ratio isn't that big of a gap where like it matters. I
don't
think
think he wins
Reinhardt would have been
anyways.
satisfied that he beat Wen Li if he won.
Oh, I guess. But what's he gonna do now? It's over.
That's true. That I have no idea. We'll get to that at the end of the set, but I have no idea where the show's going from here.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I also think it's slightly insane though that Mueller came back, he got back in time, and then just immediately does nothing. And it's
No.
like I get it, like oh Yang has some brilliant tactics, he sideswiped him, he did this and that, but like
Yeah,
it's
he's the
still just
chosen one.
The
it's just
Mueller
a sheer
sequence.
number of forces.
The Mueller sequence was funny too, because I don't know if you recall this or like noted this down. He had to abandon ship 3 different times because his ships kept getting destroyed. Well, no, it was the 4th ship that he got
Yeah.
on.
Like funny shit.
Because he
I made sure
abandoned
to
his.
write down how many ships he lost.
Yeah, like he got on a ship. It was about to get destroyed, so they went to another ship. But before they got to it, its navigation or like movement got disabled, so they had to abandon it. And that just kept happening, like rapid fire. And he got a cool title because he kept having to abandon ships. That's his like Steam achievement for like the rare occurrence that like 1.3% of players have gotten. Abandoned 4 ships in one combat.
Without dying.
Yeah, I like that it was Mueller at least because he was not in my mind when I thought, oh, someone's gonna probably show up and stop him from killing Reinhardt in like the 2nd episode of this fight. But Mueller was not on my mind. I probably thought, oh, it's going to be the Gale Wolf
Redfire.
because they mentioned that.
That's all I have from 52.
Yeah, from my notes, I really liked the face that Poplin made.
Yeah.
He has good faces. All right, what happens in the next episode?
I was also extremely upset at this. Okay, so sorry. How did Hilda? How does she have time to get to Mittenmeyer? Tell him, hey, by the way, you don't have time to get to Reinhard. Instead, you do have time to get to the capital, whatever it's called, Hainesen. You have time to get to Hainesen, capture Hainesen, force them to surrender, and force them to send a soldier back to the fight to tell them to stand down.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty insane. I guess Hilda just has like infinite IQ diff power scale or something.
I just don't understand the timing difference.
Okay.
She
Yes,
said,
it's
Mittenmeyer, you
No,
don't have
okay,
time to
so
get to
I
Reinhard.
assume it's like a triangle thing where like they traveled like on a triangle towards Heinesen, and then it just works out that like traveling back to where they were was slower than going to Heinesen, taking it and then sending information. Because was it necessarily that they sent a
Heinesen
soldier?
is on the way to the battle, essentially.
Yeah, I think it was probably something like that.
Yeah, no, that actually would make sense. If that is how the space works. Huh.
Or like we haven't been factoring this in, planetary motion or whatever. Heinesen moved closer to them as this was
Sure.
happening.
The author didn't think of that.
I mean, yeah, the author didn't think of that, but we as the intellectual book club members have to rationalize why the fuck this happened. That's my rationalization. I think somehow they went past Heinesen and it was faster to like pit stop at Heinesen.
What is the Watsonian explanation?
Yeah, I would not know.
Do you know that phrase? Watsonian versus Doylist? It's a literary term, sort of.
Okay, but I don't
No,
read
we don't
books.
know.
This is
We
a
don't know
book
what's
club,
happening.
not a reading club.
You gotta explain this for us, Tiny.
Well, you see, Watsonian means like the in-universe explanation, like how it actually happened, and Doylist would be like why the author actually did it.
That would make sense. You know, that makes sense considering who Doyle and who Watson are and what that's in reference
the
to.
Sherlock Holmes reference.
Yes, of course.
Well, the reason it happened
For
in
the people who
story
didn't
is
get it.
because, it's meant to be like something that happens in the story.
True.
True, I guess.
In universe, it might have been because the distance actually isn't what we thought it was, or something.
It's just again, the Reinhardt's acting as bait, and Mittenmeyer just doesn't have time to get back to him. That's insane.
I was ready for Shenkop to just take over and to fire anyway.
I was hoping that would happen. I was rooting for Shenkop there.
Yeah,
but
Shenkop's
you
problem there is he respects Wenli too much. He's like, no, I'm not gonna just like steal command from Wenli, even though
I
like
think
I
Wenli's a
should.
loser.
I think the thing there is ultimately I don't think either of them really actually wants to win that much.
You mean Wenli?
Winley or Reinhardt, yeah.
Or Shenkop
Yeah.
for that matter. I think Shenkop also doesn't give a shit about the Alliance and sees it as like a shithole. So I don't think any of the three of them really cared that much. It was more of like a frustration of like, come on, man, we were right there.
It's just the
You
fact
kind
that
of hand wave a lot of stuff.
It's like that
by
one
saying, "I
smiling
don't care that
friends
much."
clip.
I just feel like Wenli talks a lot. He talks a lot. He talks a big talk about um, democracy and his love for democracy. He refuses to work for Reinhardt and stuff. It's like, but you had the chance to make democracy win. You just had to not obey one single order, and democracy wins.
No, but if
he
you
truly believes in
disobey democracy once, then democracy lost. So actually, democracy won even though it lost.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I
I
don't
think-
get. Like democracy
have to go
loses no matter
down.
what you do in this situation, unless. But if you win, then sure, you disobey democracy once, but you still.
I
don't know.
think
That
okay.
felt a little
I think the
cop-out.
issue is more so if Reinhardt was like an actual tyrannical dictator, I think Wenli would have shot him down. I think
For
the
sure.
issue is that
Setting up.
yeah, I think the issue is that Wenli views Reinhardt as like, even though he disagrees with the system, he is a good leader. So he was like, yeah, I guess I'm not shooting him down. I was ordered not to. But I think if Reinhardt was more evil coded, Wenli would have disobeyed orders for the greater good.
Yeah, I do think there is a part of Wenli that is probably thinking, I don't actually want to kill Reinhardt. I think he's doing good. I think the world would be shoved into absolute chaos if he died here. And it's my orders not to kill him. So I think it's the easy way. It's the
Yeah, Wenli said
path
that
of least
himself
resistance.
in like the last 10 episodes, like when he was talking to Julian, where he's like, no, you have to think about what happens. If you kill Reinhardt, a lot of people will suffer in the Empire. So I don't think Wenli wanted to like kill Reinhardt. He just knew that he had to like end this war. But he got the call that
Yes.
basically ended the war without him having to kill Reinhardt. So it's like, okay, not the most ideal end, but like this
True,
is
he
still
also just wants to end the
acceptable.
war to stop people from dying. No, that's also a really good
Yeah,
point.
so I don't think it's out of character or necessarily insane that Wenli did what he did. I kind of agree with Shenkop. That was like, come on, man, you could have just like said, "Oops, I got the order 5 seconds too late," and then fired the shot.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's not a warrior at heart.
Because I think everyone on
He's
Wenli's ship would have been like, "Yeah, no, we got the order 5 seconds too late. None of you guys heard it, right?" If he took that shot, so he would have got away with it, but
Yeah, no, I can see it. It's just there is still a little part of me that's a little frustrated, but I get it. I get why it happened. I'm Shenkop coded, I guess.
look, even Shenkop got convinced by Julian that, yeah, I guess I'll obey what Wenli said, even though I don't like it. Julian won the argument. Shenkop's BTFO'd.
I like Mittenmeyer being super honorable, even on Heinesen, saying like,
I love
no, do
Mittenmeyer.
not target.
Yeah, no, Mittenmeyer is just the guy.
Like he's
literally
max
just
honor.
He's so cool.
Oh, before we even get to Heineken, though, I really liked the fact that Mittenmeyer's one guy was like, no, I don't trust Runtal, arm your weapons. And that actually plays into Runtal being like, fuck, I can't, I guess I gotta play this safe, or that, or his like hunting dog will attack me. I guess I'll go to his ship and like, I don't need to cause unneeded problems. Mittenmeyer's one admiral, sub-admiral, or whatever the fleet guy. I don't remember what like position he is, but he works for Mittenmeyer. Was kind of like
His name's
MVP
John.
of that. Yeah, he's John Fleet.
Vice Admiral, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
John Fleet.
Either way, him
On
doing that
Galactic
probably
Heroes.
did save Mittenmeyer a lot of issues, and possibly even his life. Because I'm starting to think that Runtal would just kill Mittenmeyer. I was thinking he wouldn't do that, but I feel like he would after this interaction.
I don't know.
I think he doesn't want to, but I think he would if he had to. Wait, no, I do know who that is. It's Bayerline. I wrote down his name for some reason. I never write down names.
Oh, Rear Admiral Bayerline.
Yeah.
Rear Admiral. Gotcha.
Yeah, now you,
I want to see. I want to see more of that guy in the second half of the show. I'm kind of interested in him now.
I like how
in this episode.
Shunhit immediately blames Wenli.
Yeah, of course he does. Trunit's an idiot.
I like how everyone too is like ready to like just like beat Trunit to death and like no, we're continuing the war. But unfortunately, whoops, the Earth cult is here.
Okay, I was so rooting for Bukok to just like actually strangle Trunit.
Yeah, because Bukok doesn't like him. Bukok
Oh, yeah,
probably
why-
would kill him and then just like accept the punishment for it later.
I don't like that Bukok says, "I'll stop you even if it means my life," and then someone pulls a gun on him and he stops. It's like, wait, what you just said it, even if it means my life, and you don't stop him. Come on, Bukok.
Well, no, I think Bukok meant that like he's okay with being executed for it, but he's not gonna be able to like beat Trunit to death while being shot at. So there was no point in like trying at that point.
I don't know. I think Bukok could like throw Trunit around, like use him as a shield for the bullets.
Yeah, Mario 64 Bowser throw him into the Earth cult people. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Bukok is old, so that's the only reason I didn't.
Okay, if that
happen.
was Shenkop there, he would have won that fight though against
course
those
he would.
guys.
Shenkop or Mashingo, put him in there.
I think Julian could have done it as well.
There was a lot of good lines in this too, like Bukok saying that the collapse of a government is the sin of its rulers and leaders, but the collapse of democratic rule is the sin of every citizen. Like that was just a really good line.
It is.
Julian's kind of in trouble now.
Why
He
would
lost
it?
his strongest plot armor being in the ending. It's gonna change.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We don't. I guess Siren might know because he secretly watched an episode ahead, but we don't know if Julian's alive. Also, that does.
I know.
Pirate, that doesn't
I
even
know.
that doesn't even work. Siegfried died during the part where that ending played.
Well, that's like right at the end of it, right? So like it was weak at that point. It was weakened.
Also, they keep showing him in the stars, so I think him being in the ending probably was more like that's his Force Ghost projection.
Okay, well they also show like things in the stars that like probably aren't there anymore, so
I mean, that's true objectively. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
And yeah, Murkatz goes off on his own.
Yeah, I like that.
Well,
Yeah,
when
not on his own.
not on his own, he takes Poplin and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them.
So now we have two Chekhov's guns loaded. We have whatever Wenli did to the fortress that'll come back, and now we have Murkatz's like takeover of the
Robin
Empire.
Hood.
Oh, I could see
Also,
Wen
redesign.
Li like rising a resistance and using the fortress as his headquarters again.
Yeah, I think he'll have to be convinced to like
Who knows?
come out of retirement.
Yeah, I
Like
don't think
one more
Wendy's gonna do
job.
that. I think someone
Well,
else
it's
is
like
going to do
the,
that.
It's like the Death Star, but like the
Oh yeah, I
rebellion
could see
instead.
Julian.
Yeah, because okay, who do we
Wait.
know that knows this? It's what Hilda, Shenkop, and Julian all know about the Death Star
Yeah.
plan.
Or Green Hill, not Hilda.
Death Star.
Hilda, whatever. Yeah, Green Hill. Sorry, I
But yeah,
confused
no,
my women.
Julian knows, but I think it's absolutely set up for Julian to take Iserlon and lead the rebellion, not Wenli.
We might have a time skip. I could see that happening. Because I feel like Julian at his current, like I feel like we get like a 2-3 year time skip.
But Julian's going to Earth right now, so he's going to be doing things on Earth.
Oh yeah, okay.
good
I changed
Earth.
my entire answer then. Julian's gonna show up like in Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. It's like Gandalf, yeah, the twin towers. He's gonna blow up one of them. He's gonna be like Gandalf. You look to the west, and Julian rides in with like 5,000 horse archers from Earth who have been there the entire time.
Or
I feel like
maybe,
it's setting up Julian like Julian versus the Earth cult. I feel like it's setting up
yeah,
like a
maybe
detective
that's what
story.
that is. He's gonna blow it up or something.
Yeah, I guess if we get like a 20 episode subplot of Julian infiltrating the Earth cult, that would be a way to continue. But I don't know if I'd want that to be what happens.
That's gonna be what happens.
I feel like that has to happen. I mean, not 20 episodes, but I think there has to be some level of Julian versus Earth cult because that's the only reason they would set up him going to Earth, right?
Yeah, and I guess we do know the Earth cult has some Chekhov's gun also loaded. There's like 3 or 4 Chekhov's guns in place right now that all have to pay off, possibly at the same time.
Okay, but where is the Japan cult?
When does the Hani canonically come up in like Earth's history and Wenli talks about how it's a noble and majestic creature?
That would make sense.
That would.
The Hanny King's gonna fly in on his ship.
And we're all gonna be like, oh, that's where he's from.
They're gonna go to Crew Piston. That's just it just exists.
Oh, if the crew Pistonians showed up, that would be peak.
Yeah, we find out that Galactic Heroes, the author, really liked old Alisoft.
Yeah, he's a time traveler too.
Anyway, so 54.
Yeah, I think. Well, before we get to 54, what they said,
Oh.
87% of the Empire's forces were lost, like their ships, and 72%
Mhm.
casualties. The Alliance lost a bit less at 82 and 74%.
Wow, look at you rounding up.
Yeah, I do run. I don't need the exact fucking decimal place because none of these numbers mean anything. They just throw billions of people into the grinder.
Essentially,
many of
everyone's
these-
dead.
How many of these was from the asteroid event?
I probably a fair few.
How many of them fell into the black hole?
There was no black hole, right? That was like the storm or something.
Also, those numbers
right?
make no sense. How did the Empire lose 87% of their fleet, but like most of their admirals were off in different directions?
Wait, that is true. They didn't even fight.
Did Reinhardt's fleet make up like 90% of the force? So even though they all left, really they weren't like taking away that much from him. Because I
I mean,
assume
if
he had
that's
the
true,
biggest
how did
fleet.
they lose to Wen Li then?
We're gonna find out they all died off screen.
I mean, they fought like a straightforward head-to-head battle.
I mean, they
Shouldn't
were.
Reinhardt have-
Yeah, but Wenli tricked them with asteroids. It's tactics versus strength. You got to understand. The book is smarter than the knife, whatever the
Maybe it was
phrase
a
is.
mistake.
The brush is stronger than the sword.
Don't tell that to the guy that's in bed right now, because apparently he's gonna
Sorry,
come back.
That was a Toho reference. Sorry.
Okay, you and your fucking two who's.
You're gonna join them soon, Pika. You're working your way up. You said.
Okay, so was there anything else with 53?
I don't think so. I guess Wenli
No,
and
not really.
Greenhill kiss. Kawaii
Oh yeah,
Desune.
that also happened.
And Reinhardt controls the universe. It's his.
I'm gonna go piss.
Thanks, Pirate. I hope it's a good one. Strong stream.
Okay, this is the Wenli gets shocked episode.
This episode is awesome. Of the four, this episode's really good.
I like Wenli and Reinhardt's talk.
Yeah,
That
the entire talk between Wenli and Reinhardt is just really good.
I mean, yeah, that's like the best. That's
Yeah.
like the
that
best
is like the
episode.
payoff of the entire like show to this point is Wenli and Reinhardt meeting, and I think they did a
Yeah.
good job.
Mhm.
I like that Reinhardt's very open with Wenli too. There's no errors. Reinhardt like very earnestly vents to Wenli about Siegfried's death.
I was a bit sad that Wenli didn't bring up like, oh yeah, I met Siegfried
Well,
when we did prisoner exchange.
I mean Reinhardt knew that, and they both
Yeah.
knew that, so
Yeah.
I don't think he needed to mention that.
I think Wenli could have said some like pleasant things about Kershi Ice.
Oh, before
I
we
was hoping Wen Li would set up. I was hoping Wen Li would talk a little bit more about himself. I mean, I get Reinhardt just likes ranting about himself. I was hoping Wen Li would be like, "Oh, by the way, I didn't even want to be a soldier. I kind of just wanted to be a."
Yeah, but
historian."
that's out of character for Wenli. Unless he's asked, I don't think he'd bring stuff like that up. He doesn't
Maybe.
usually talk about himself. But before we even get to the Reinhardt stuff, I liked Wenli meeting with Mueller a lot too,
Mhm.
where he just gets off the ship and like they salute each other, and he's like, "Oh man, I wish you were on my side." I was like, "Yeah, I wish you were on my side too." So you can just tell that like everyone respects each other from the like high command of both sides a lot, because they're all like
Yeah.
pretty good for the most part. Everyone respects
Doesn't Mueller
Wenli.
hate Wen Li?
Yeah, but
I forgot about that. Didn't Mueller say like, "Oh, I'm going to kill that guy for sure"?
yeah, but I think that was just more in the moment where he was really angry, and then they won. It's like, oh, well, this guy is just really cool actually, and like he's a tactical genius, and I respect him.
Yeah.
It's like all those stories of like U.S. Civil War generals commenting on each other. It's like, oh, this guy was cool actually. Then the other guy thinks he's a piece of shit or something. I don't know. I brought up the U.S. Civil War. Yeah, no, the entire Reinhardt Wenli scene, really good. I think
Yeah, for sure.
best part of the set of episodes.
I mean, it had to be good. I mean, that's got to be like a very monumentous occasion having the two protagonists meeting for the first time.
Yeah, literally the season finale, meeting of the two great minds.
I
Real,
commented that Reinhardt's like his kid gave Yang the side eye.
I thought he poisoned it because if you paid attention, Wenley didn't drink that drink. He might have poisoned that drink,
That would be hilarious. If
and
that's
that might
actually
come
true.
that might come back later. Like
I think I
I've
took a mental note of that too, where I thought like, oh, when like
because he
when
brought
we
it up to his
poisoned
mouth
her
and then he
earlier.
decided not to drink it. It's like, wait a second. No, I think that kid tried to kill Wenley, and Wenley just like
New.
he aura'd him. He aura maxed, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna drink this. That kid looked at me weird. Let's see. What else do we get? I guess post the meeting, they're heavily taxing the alliance so that they don't become a new Fezzen,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah, they're noose around the neck.
How's
they're
the piss pirate?
tiptoeing.
Hold on, we gotta stop it. Pirate, how's the piss? Strong stream?
Normal.
Normal? Okay.
You didn't go to the bathroom that long. That was a bit weird.
It was like a hamster.
I don't know what the fuck that means, pirate.
Anyway, I was
then
noting that
Tom Ambrose and
Rintol's Chekhov's gun does not ever get fired.
What was his?
I mean, not yet.
that he doesn't return to help.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't really a Chekhov's gun. That was more of just setting up that he is going to betray Reinhardt, I guess. I guess that is a
like,
Chekhov's.
flash back to it though. They flash back to Ruintal saying like, "Oh, I won't go back to help him." or
Yeah,
go
I
after
thought he
Ruintal."
was going to, but now that he didn't, we just know that the second half of the show, at some point, he's going to betray Reinhardt, probably.
Yeah.
Or he's going to die before that gets to materialize. Those are the two outcomes for him.
It just feels like there's a lot of foreshadowing. I mean, Hilda doesn't trust him. Mittenmeyer's guy doesn't trust him. Seems like nobody trusts Ruintal right now.
No, a lot of people are seeing through him for sure. And like we're gonna have like the subplot of the Earth
Oversteam
cult
as well.
doing stuff. Maybe in the chaos of the Earth cult, like summoning Cthulhu or whatever their fucking secret is. Ruintal will
Summoning
take
the Hanny
over.
King.
Yeah, he summons the Hanny
Yes.
King. You go Hanny Hanny Ho.
Yeah, the Earth guys also mentioned the sick guy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's the loose end. What about him? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Oh no, the other sick guy. Shit.
The sick guy who's going to betray Reinhardt, except he's sick and can't leave his room. I don't
Yeah.
know what they're going to do with him. But...
Yeah, that was a Chekhov's gun. We were like, yeah, no one would have predicted that the events caused by this man, and that was like 20 episodes ago, and now they're saying, oh, this man's gonna be the catalyst for something big.
What
And
can he
that's the
possibly
narrator
do?
saying that, and the narrator can't lie.
Yeah, the narrator has meta knowledge, so the narrator's correct. They announced that Shenkop, Attenborough, Wenley, and Bucock all retired,
Yeah.
which makes sense. And that they refused the retiree applications for everyone else who applied to retire. Trinit resigned, and then Reinhardt was angry that he wanted to talk to him. I like that Reinhardt had kind of like a young child anger management issue moment with that too. He's like, I've taken over the universe. Why do I have to talk to people I don't want to talk to?
No, he's so based for that.
And then
He
Reinhardt
shouldn't
was like,
have
you know
to.
what? Fuck it, fine. He can have like citizenship in the Empire. Now he doesn't need to talk to me. Get rid of him.
I forgot to bring this up, but Reinhardt has a lot of red-headed people on his ship. Like, he needs to cope better.
Yeah, he's a bit weird.
I hope that's a plot
know.
point where someone dyes their hair red to try to get in close to Reinhardt. Like Hilda has a love interest fight with some woman who's just trying to assassinate Reinhardt because she dyes her hair red.
Oh, and then Hilda dyes her hair red.
But it doesn't work because Reinhardt is only interested in men because he's been to the fountain during youth, so the woman doesn't get to assassinate him.
Oh, the Fountain of Youth.
It's kind of youthful, I think, in the way that like gay sex is youthful.
Okay.
It's anything that's anti-youthful because it doesn't produce youth.
Yeah, but it's probably like physically exertion, and that keeps you youthful. So I don't know. Although
Yeah, Julian
Siegfried
Bieber-
did die, and that's kind of an old person thing to do. So maybe you're right.
Green Hill and Wenley do like the whole like, oh look, we just got married, we gotta do this now.
We gotta go get the house.
Yeah.
Okay, how many episodes
they
until
did,
Green
like,
Hill's
a
pregnant?
missile or
Do you think
something.
like what 5-10 episodes she's
When
pregnant?
Lee's too old. That's not happening.
Paulo, how old was your dad when he got your mom pregnant with you?
Well, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, so fuck you. Anyway,
Legitimately, next 2-3 episodes.
no, I think
I think
they mention it in like 10.
I think their house is gonna get hit by like a missile or something.
We're gonna just have like a shot-for-shot recreation of like the start of the show where he has to like call in the fire department to stop people attacking his house.
It's like they're too happy. It's not gonna last.
I like that Oberstein talks Reinhardt out of making Runetal the Alliance guy. He's like, no, we need to keep this dog in vision of us.
I was thinking that Oberstein was trying to get himself the job.
I was kind of thinking that too, but I don't think that's the case. Oh, actually, no, he might have been trying to do both.
I don't think he needs to have the job. I think he already has a lot of influence about it.
Yeah, I don't think Oberstein would want it.
I think despite what he says, he is kind of de facto the second in command of the entire empire as like Reinhardt's right hand like advisor.
Yeah, his issue is that he's not second in command in the sense that if Reinhardt dies, Oberstein's not taking over because no one would follow him.
Yeah, no, like immediately, all the other admirals would just like kill Oberstein and put one of them as the new leader.
Yeah.
Is he
this is
gonna
the
be
very
the villain
end, but
eventually?
Hmm?
Is Oberstein gonna be the villain eventually?
I feel like that was set up earlier, but now it feels like it's gonna be ruined all.
I mean, I feel like
I mean, it's
I at
already
least have to
there,
praise
so-
the writing where like half of the stuff I've predicted is kind of true, and then the other half has been wildly wrong, which is kind of good
It was a
writing.
book.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, none of the stuff that's happened has been particularly like, oh, this makes no sense. How did this outcome happen?
Yeah.
See, I think Oberstein is more of an assassin, while Runetal is more of a rebellion kind of person.
You would get the Oberstein Runtal team up, and they take over. The two people who like probably hate each other the most.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't know. He's kind of like a dog at times. He might like be workable in that sense.
I guess my last actual comment about the episode is I like the conversation with Reinhardt and Hilda where like Reinhardt specifically admits, "Hey, I have too small of a heart to thank you despite knowing what you did, but give me time." Because he intellectually knows that like he's only alive because Hilda saved him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to thank her because he feels kind of gyffed that he didn't get to prove that he was the supreme ruler of the universe the way he wanted.
I'm going to say a complaint about the Boris Konev payoff is that Fezin was like, oh, we're going to plant a guy near Wen Li. And the fucking plant doesn't get there until episode 54 when the war already ended.
Yeah, that was like set up as like, oh, this Boris Konev guy's gonna do something, and then he just shows up, and like they kept hinting at him, and like the other Konev that died said, oh yeah, I have a cousin on Fez, and I haven't talked to him though. Like they just kept bringing this guy up as if he was gonna be important, and he hasn't been important. I assume second half of the show he'll be important, especially because he's
forgot about
going
this
with Julian.
completely.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, we're gonna
it's just
see
stuff
a
of
resurgence
nothing.
of Fezin.
Yeah, we're gonna have a resurgence of Fezin. There's gonna be
We'll get
the
Steve's gonna do
Alliance like
something.
rebellion. There's probably gonna be the Empire rebellion led by Ruindal.
I
Like
think there's gonna be some dramatic event that changes everything actually, and that like sets it on a completely different path.
also possible. They basically have a fresh slate from where to go now, where like it could go in 100 different directions. I don't actually know what they're gonna do. I can't even predict.
So my last comment, by the way, is I thought it was funny that they treat Anna Rose as if she's dead next to Kirchi Ice.
It's true.
It was like, wait a minute, one of these people's alive here.
Okay, but if your sister abandons you, she is basically like dead.
I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah, I hate Anna Rose. I think she's actually like the worst person in the entire series.
She's just a fucking asshole.
I hate her so much.
Okay.
Oh, my brother's going through the worst event in his life. His best friend just died. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna just need some time.
Yeah, if you're like about to kill yourself, I guess I'll talk to you, but otherwise, stay away from me. It's like, oh, well, fuck you then. Your brother literally took over the universe because the ruler of the last empire wanted to have sex with you, and then he didn't.
Anyway,
She's just
that's
not
all
a
I
good
had.
person.
That's all I had for episode 54.
Yeah, no, like the more you get into the show, Anna Rose just is not a likable character.
No, I just don't get it.
I guess we can talk about the movie. I have a lot of notes, but we can keep it pretty brief because I don't think any of us really liked the movie, more or less.
I started writing notes and then I kind of just stopped.
I took
Okay.
detailed notes. I guess my only comment, the main comment I want to make is the opening was really funny, like comically funny, where the mom died.
Oh, I laughed too. You laughed too. I thought that was so weird. That was
Yeah.
so weird, man.
It was so like there's so many criticisms I have of this movie, and like low hanging fruit, the art style was different. I don't need to criticize that. It did look worse, but whatever. I think it just
I-
missed
It's a
the point of
different
the
thing.
show. Like
It's just
Yeah.
a different. No, it's just a different thing. It's not related to the show.
it's supposed to be related to the show. I just think the people who
I
wrote
don't
the
think it
movie missed the point of the show.
I think it's meant to be a standalone movie they made.
Well, it was. It was a standalone movie, but they released it in between the season 2 and season 3 with the intention that you watched the show and then you watched the movie.
I think it's meant to be something different.
Because it is kind of just like action movie shonen battle schlock versus like tactical military drama.
Anyway,
Like
so a car just randomly explodes for
that-
no reason.
yeah, no, that entire sequence at the start though is just so funny. Is like, oh, they're just walking and then a car like veers out of control towards the kids. The mom is screaming and running in slow motion, pushes the kids out of the way, gets decked by the car, then the car explodes. But the driver of the car survived. Let it be
I
known.
wrote that. But I was like, you
Yeah,
can't
who
push
is
charges.
he?
What do you mean you can't push charges? He exploded, didn't he? How did he live
Who is
that?
that guy?
My only other main comment I want to talk about the movie is they have a scene at the fountain, and right after that, Reinhardt touches Siegfried's mouth very seductively, like further canonizing that even in this weird movie timeline, the fountain
the
is
gay
powerful.
fountain is just like absolute. And what's also curious is another gay character just appears. A new one.
Yeah, they
Yeah, the
introduce
gay
a, like
vampire.
they introduce a very like androgynous looking gay man.
The gay vampires here.
Reinhardt is just extremely gay the entire time. By the way, he like caresses Curtius's hair.
Yeah, they toned up how gay he was more than the main series, and he was already pretty gay in the main series.
Also, yeah, Yang's redesign was utterly insane.
Oh,
I didn't even know that was Yang when I saw him.
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
Because
I
it's
was like-
because they're not gay. That's why they changed. They're not gay, so they changed.
It's probably
But they
because they
still-
couldn't get the same voice actor or a similar one, so they just said we'll do something.
well, fuck it,
different."
we'll just like completely redesign him. Yeah.
Like, why,
When they
just, I
said
don't
William,
know,
I'm like, oh, that's Yang's like cousin or something.
why would they redesign him? Like, why not just like have a similar design and be fine?
I don't know.
I
Old
think
movie
they couldn't get
production.
the same voice actor probably,
Yeah.
so they just had to do something different.
Also, the voice was so much worse for this Winley than his normal voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they were not cooking this set of episodes.
Yeah, it's like a skinwalker.
No, like ignoring Pirate's complaint that like this shouldn't be considered part of the thing. If we consider it part of the thing, it's just objectively bad compared to the show.
Yeah.
It is just like they don't have the same point that the show had, and like they entirely miss it. Also, Iserlon was not covered in liquid metal. That is also bullshit.
I commented on that as well. I was like, it just looks like it literally just looks like the Death Star now.
Yeah, they.
That is what it is.
Didn't
It's just Star
somebody-
Wars.
Didn't like PHIJKCHU say that in the books it's not covered in metal or something?
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
It is absolutely covered in metal.
Yeah, I'm sure Pyric will comment down below as he watches this with a fine-tooth comb every meeting.
The one thing that was different was there were no like speeder axe battles on top of the.
Okay, but this was a
That's
different
fine.
battle, so maybe that just
I'm
didn't
just
happen.
saying.
in this
That
battle.
was the one thing that was different in the books.
Oh
from
yeah.
the-
That's
episode.
what they changed.
That
Oh,
didn't happen.
Reinhardt also would not let that Countess be alive after that plot
Oh
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
in the show. Like, I don't know.
Eh,
This movie feels like it shouldn't be canon.
Yeah, there's
I
also
don't think it is.
It's just not. It's not by the same people, even, right? You said.
It's not canon.
yeah, it's a
not
different
canon.
studio.
It's just a
It's something.
different thing based on the same source material. It even has different design, lore, and everything.
I think it's like fan fiction written by people who watched the show and intended you to watch the show and then watch this. I think is a good way of putting it. Also, like the power scaling of Siegfried and Reinhardt goes way up with how many like men twice
that's
their size
right.
that Siegfried was able to fight and win.
Yeah, it might be the fountain, the gay fountain amp or something.
I
I
believe
can't
it.
tell
I
you
think
what, but I just got a W.
Good
her
job,
choice is
Fire.
up there. I believe in him.
Also, it power scaled Anna Rose. That snowball she threw like in the opening thing was like twice the size of her head.
No nuke.
Yeah, she just like obliterated them with a giant snow boulder and like threw it with ease. So I think she's actually like she should have been
Okay,
fist
but
fighting people on the front lines.
She would do that, right? She would do that, right? Yeah.
I honestly I understand why she hates Reinhardt after he slid down that banister and like wiped her out and broke all that shit. She was like, yeah, I put up with you because Siegfried was around, but he died now, so like I don't want to deal with you anymore. I understand it. But yeah, movie bad, episodes good. Not my favorite set of episodes, other than like the Wenley Reinhardt meeting.
Yeah, I didn't like a lot of the tactics that happened. I thought it was kind of a disappointing battle for a special big confrontation between Wenley and Reinhardt.
I think a lot of the like build-up episodes are usually better than the payoff episodes in this show.
Yeah.
Like the payoff episode of Wenley and Reinhardt meeting, really good, but for the most part, I think like building up to where they're like establishing what's gonna happen before it pays off is just usually better in this show. So it's kind of hard for me to say that this set of episodes was particularly impressive compared to like, 10 episodes ago where we had like the insane run of 5 episodes that were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened 10 episodes ago?
I don't remember specifically what one of the sets a while ago were really good. I remember.
I don't know. I haven't seen. No, never mind. Never mind.
So where do we think the show is going forward for like the next set of episodes?
Like I said, I have no fucking idea what's. Yeah, we're gonna have the
Wenley
Julian
Green
Earth
Hill's
thing.
Slice of Life.
Yeah,
Wenley
time.
I mean, I
Green
think
Hill
the
Marriage
Julian-
arc.
I think the Julian Earth thing is going to be a subplot. I don't think that's going to be like the main plot.
I think
Well, I
1.5 year time skip. Julian is on Earth investigating, and then we go from there. I think that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my read. I think the Earth Cult does something that triggers like a major chaos change, which then causes a bunch of other subplots to move, and things just happen. It's like nobody's fault per se for a while.
Yeah, I suspect that. Like the Earth Cult does something that
Yeah.
sets things into motion where like people have the opportunity to act on things they didn't until then. So Runetal gets to act. The Alliance
Yeah.
breakaway by
Mercats.
Mercats gets to act. No, I could say that. That's probably true. I think
Oberstein's
Julian
dog
like
is dead.
Julian, yeah, Oberstein's dog dies.
That's actually the big event. His dog dies and Oberstein goes crazy.
He's like, I'm done with this.
The cancer patient like kills Oberstein's dog, and then he kills the cancer patient, and Hilda, out of anger, gets Reinhardt to assassinate or like execute Oberstein, causing like a weird chain of command issue. Where Runetal's like, oh, he's killing people because of Hilda. We need to take over, and convinces Mittermeier that she needs to go. The dominoes fall.
So they shoot like a ball of ice to assassinate him, but it misses and hits Winley's house.
But Wenley is just like sitting in his bathtub, and you have the Family Guy bit where Cleveland is in the bathtub when his house explodes and falls down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens, I think.
Yeah, I think we wrote the. We don't even need to watch the other half of the show. I think we got it.
Well, I'm gonna watch
It is
for
crazy. That's half
comparison.
the show, by the way. Like, there's still an entire half the show. That is insane.
No, at the start.
You could
before I
wrap
knew it
this
was a
up in like
book-
20 episodes. So the fact that there's double the amount of episodes we just watched is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the start, before I knew it was a book, I assumed it was going to be like a long, winding train of like it slowly leading up to them like meeting and having a face-off near the end.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was going to end with the battle between Wenley, Reinhardt.
I didn't think
and
that, but
would
I
be the end
thought
of the series.
I thought like third season, like episode 75, was when this would happen, and then like the
I
last
assumed it-
25 would be like wrapping things up.
I assumed
Yeah.
it was gonna be like episode 90, where it's the last 10 or 20 episodes.
Yeah,
Well,
so
knowing that it's books, it makes sense that it's like this.
I'm sure they're cooking because I'm mostly positive about this show. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 still. Halfway through, I'd give it like a mid to high 9. But I have no idea where the fuck they're gonna go.
I can't rate anything anymore.
You can't do a lot of
Cause I'm-
things that like sound like that word to a lot of things either.
Well, because I can't rate anything fairly because I don't know.
You compare it to Kirby right back at you, and it's just not fair.
Yeah, exactly. No,
What
but
would
it's like,
Rants do in this situation? Then they're like, oh fuck, they didn't write it correctly.
because when you're getting this stuff earlier, everything is like newer. It's like not fair competition to like things you've seen later. But it's like something that you see early that's like not original will look really original because that's the first thing you know, right?
Yeah, like sometimes you never play an SRPG with the standard turn order thing, and then you played one which is a Rants 9, you think, oh, this is cool. I've never played an SRPG like this. And then
Yeah.
later you find out that that's what they're all like, actually. Fire Emblem's the weird one. Unrelated story. Maybe that happened to someone.
I think most SRPGs are like Fire Emblem.
Well,
Oh.
SRPG is like
The turn order, I
a
mean.
euphemism for Fire Emblem clone nowadays.
Look, I just never played one until Rants 9 where you have like the character individual order and it's like mixed with the enemies. It's not like team versus team order. That's
Yeah,
what
I've
I
seen
meant.
both. I feel like I've seen the Fire Emblem one more.
I mean, I'd seen the Fire Emblem one more because I'd only really played Fire Emblem SRPGs. And then I played Rants
Yeah.
9 and then Stella Glow, and both of those were the other one. It's like, oh, this is
I've not
cool.
played Stella Glow, so
But you
Well,
haven't
it's
played
about,
niche
like,
niche 3DS SRPG Stella Glow? What the fuck? Dialga
It's about
hates
the
you.
heritage.
You would talk about Heritage Pirate.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
If you inherit from Fire Emblem, you do the Fire Emblem turn order. If you inherit from I'm making an RPG, but I have a grid system now, then you do the other turn order.
True. True.
okay.
Any other closing comments from anyone before I stop this recording? Or are we just gonna
Yes.
like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I have a comment. Xprox, you
Yes.
have to say something so you're officially recorded as a member of the meeting.
Hello?
Yeah. There
Don't-
you go.
Spooky, don't worry. I added her as a guest on the participants list the second she joined VC. She was just
Perfect.
silent.
Yes. Okay. But now she's talked, so now she can't just be viewer. She has to. Okay.
Okay, but I want to say
That was
something
it. That was my only comment.
Yeah,
What-
Pirate.
Okay. As the observer, you guys barely pass.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't get what you said, Mister. Watched ahead and fucking had to miss like 3 meetings because you watched like 20 episodes ahead.
Well, I wouldn't have showed up for this one normally, but I just happened to be here, so.
That's true. That is true. That's fair. You know, that's fair. That's fair.
That's
Now I
true,
want to be
sure.
behind for a bit.
You're gonna fall behind again, catch up for one meeting, and then like watch 20 episodes ahead, and you can't join us again.
Exactly.
You-
I probably wouldn't have showed up if I didn't hear the movie was like bad and then watch it a bit because I was curious. Otherwise, I would have probably just put it off forever again.
Yeah, you really didn't need to watch the movie. I did for the culture because I had to watch it, but
Yeah,
Well,
it released
I've
during
said
that
it
time.
before.
I'm upset that I watched it.
I'm not upset
There's
that
a
I watched.
couple
Like, it's
more.
not the worst thing I've ever like. You know, Shield Hero Season 2, that's like a 2 out of 10. I think I gave this a 5 out of 10.
Okay, just place yourself back in time when you're like these OVAs were releasing. You find out, oh, they're doing another movie, and then you get that movie. You feel the
I'd
same
be
level of
furious.
anger that they had.
I don't know. People in the 80s probably had lower standards and probably thought, oh, this is awesome. I saw this in the theater. Actually, this might have been like direct to VHS. All right, Pyric, tell us if this was direct to VHS. Meeting over. Meeting adjourned.